Hey there, boys and girls. Okay, so last week we started talking about division ladder and how we're going to be practicing our division and different concepts that are going to be coming up in division. So we talked about A and B. So are going to be the next several division ladders, and then you're going to be practicing it in class along with some problem solving skills. So for division ladder C, whoops, grab my and I would like you to write this in your journal. And then your homework, your form, is really only going to be one, maybe two problems, depending on the day, because you're going to be getting multiple practice of it in class as you do the problems. So for division ladder C, what it is more about where to start writing your quotient. And remember, the quotient is the answer. So let's say I have a problem such as 384 divided by 5. Now when I look at this number, we always look at the first number. Well, 5 is bigger than 3, so there's no way 5 can go into 3. It would be a negative number. So then what you have to do is stop and look at the next number. So now you're going to look at the two numbers. So now I'm looking at 5 divided by 30, or 38 divided by 5. So that's what this lesson is about, is when do you divide by the first number, and when do you have to go and divide by the second number? Well, basically, if you cannot divide the divisor by the first number of the dividend, you have to go to the second number. Now, 5 does go into 38. So where do I write my answer? Well, 5 goes into 38 7 times, because I know 5 times 7 is 35, so that's less than 38. So I am not going to put my number under the 3, because if I put the number above the 3, that's saying 5 goes into 3 7 times, and it doesn't. It goes into 38. So I'm going to put it above the 8. Now I'm going to multiply it out. 5 times 7 is 35. And then you subtract and you go along the way you would. Bring down your 4. 5 goes into 34, not 7 times, because that's 35. That's too big. So it would be 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract 4, there's no more numbers, so it's 76, remainder 4. So in your homework today, you're actually going to have one problem that you're going to divide out, but your second problem, and actually today I'll probably do 3, because I'm going to have 2 problems where you're just going to write what number are you going to write your quotient above. So, for example, if I have 231 divided by 7, what number am I going to start my quotient? Well, looking at this number, 7 doesn't go into 2, so I have to go into 23. So I'm going to write my answer. 7 goes into 23 3 times. So my 3 is going to go right above my 3. And that's all. I'm not going to ask you to work out the problem. I just want you to know where it goes above and when you have to go to that second number. So let's look at this one. 837 divided by 6. In your book, before I give you the answer, I want you to tell me what number is my answer going to go above. Just draw an X where you're going to put the number. Okay, well, I'm looking at this, and 6 goes into 8 one time. So my answer is going to go above the 8. Okay, now I'm going to work the problem out. So I'm going to rewrite it over here. 837 divided by 6. 6 goes into 8 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract 2. Bring down my 3. 6 goes into 23. Not 4 times, because that's going to be 24, so that's too high. So it has to be 3 times. 18. I have 5. 5 is less than 6. Bring down my 7. 6 goes into 57. Let's see, 6 times 9 is 54. 9 times 6 is 54. Subtract 3. 139, remainder 3. Okay, so let's look at this next problem. If I have 215 divided by 3, first of all, what is my first division problem going to be? Okay, hopefully you said 21 divided by 3, because 3 doesn't go into 2, so I have to go to the 21. Okay, so 21 divided by 3 is 7. So my 7 is going to go above my 1. Okay, so today's lesson was pretty quick, and I'm going to give you a couple of problems here to do in your math journal. You're not going to work them all out. You'll be practicing that tomorrow. But what I want you to do is tell me, put an X of where you're going to start the answer. So if I have, and write the problems. So this is your first one. 376 divided by 4, write an X above where you're going to do that. 584 divided by 7, put an X above the number you're going to start your quotient at. And 156 divided by 3, put an X of where you're going to start your quotient at. Okay, so like I said, in your math homework on the form, you will have to figure out one problem just to get you in the habit, and then 2 problems are going to be putting an X or telling me what number you're going to start your quotient at in class when you get to division ladder C, because as you know, we all go at our own pace, so when you get to division ladder C, you will be practicing this quite a bit. Okay, I will see you. Oh, you know what? Your keyword today, almost forgot about that. Your keyword today is going to be December. Okay, so don't forget your keyword, and I will see you tomorrow.